Guy, yes, this is 20 years in the Navy, still active duty. He's from St. Louis. Please welcome Kurt Riggs. Kurt!
How are we doing tonight? So I been in the Navy 20 years. I work with a lot of Army right now. Where's my Army folks at? So y'all have that hooah thing? The other day, one of the guys I was working with the Army, he says, "You guys have something in the Navy, right?" I say, "Yeah, we say hoo-yah." We have a version of hooah, but it doesn't go the same as yours. He says, "Really, what is that?" I says, hoo-yah! Usually involves somebody hanging over the side of a ship. They haven't got their sea legs yet. That does happen. Army guys do go on ships. It's the funniest thing in the world because they have no job. Their job is to walk around and get hurt and give our corpsmen something to do. So God bless them. But it's been kind of a weird day for me. Today's my 39th birthday, believe it or not. Thank you very much. And I started off my day this morning at 5:30. I got up and went up to work. I work up at Fort Meade. I'm actually getting ready to transfer down to the Pentagon, so I had to re-enlist for 3 years. That was a lot of fun. So then, to celebrate the back end of my birthday, I thought I'd come down here and do this for the first time ever. I am nervous as hell. But anyway, you guys seem like a pretty good crowd. But 20 years is a long time. I've been married. I got 2 kids. I got twin daughters. They just turned 9 recently. Thank you. They're beautiful little shits. I got to love them, tell you what. But they're getting to that point where they start asking questions, the really tough questions, like you're trying to put them down tonight at bedtime. We have our little ritual. I'll be watching Discovery Channel or History, something on my crap Verizon service that I have, Fios. Anybody got Fios? Anybody work for Fios? Would you admit it if you did? I'm not going to trash you right in front of everybody. They start asking questions, though. My daughter the other day, she says, "Dad, why don't we go to church?" And I'm like, oh, shit. I am 2 beers into a Seinfeld episode, kiddo. Do we have to talk about this right now? She's like, "No, really. What happened in the Bible?" I said, "Well, my gosh, kiddo, there's a lot of stuff that happened in the Bible, you know. Is God real?" Oh, I'm going to need another beer for this conversation. I don't know, kiddo. Some people think God's real. And then you start thinking about things. You're like, gosh, is he really real? What if there was like a committee? I have a degree in history, right? There were a lot of polytheistic religions before we settled on Christianity, in this part of the world anyway, and we're debating that. But it just makes you wonder, was there a committee in the beginning? Like, was there like a universe project committee and God was assigned the earth? And he had that one thing to do. You ever had that one thing to do when you go into work and you're just like, this shit is not happening today? I can tell you right now. First of all, Bob in the next cubicle is just going to be on the fucking phone all morning. I know that shit. And then Skippy over here, his marriage is falling apart, and I know my lunch break is just shot to hell. So between email and Facebook, necessary Facebooking, this isn't going to happen. So maybe he was in there working, and somebody comes in and like, "Hey, you know that universe project we're working on?" "Yeah, I just heard a Big Bang." Oh. How's it going with the creation of the world? I mean, they say the world was created in 6 days. I cannot believe that happened. It definitely was not baked long enough. It's not done in the middle. Any bakers in here? I like to bake bread as a hobby. I don't know where it came from. And you always pull it out and you knock on it and the crust is hard. And then you rip it open. It's like still dough inside. I'm like, shit. Maybe that's what happened with God. The committee was not well organized. So what do? They bring in a consultant. They're like, "Jesus, I understand you got a good team, right? About 12 guys, something like that. What's the deal with this Mary chick? Is that a guy or is that a girl? That's going to cause confusion later on. Maybe tell her to get a haircut, I don't know." Here's what we're going to do. Jesus comes in, he's like, "I got this. You know what? This world thing, it's kind of fucked up. If the price is right, I can show you how to unfuck this." Really? I'll tell you what. I'll go down there. Just send me down there with some kind of authority. We can figure that out later. And I'll see what I can do. I'll talk to them. I'll get to know them. I'll learn their lingo. Like 30 years later, he shows up in heaven. He's like, "I didn't say make me your son. Shit, man, they fucking crucified me. What the hell is wrong with these people? They don't look like you." Yeah, that whole my own image thing kind of left something to be desired, didn't it? We didn't really solidify that, did we? It's like they're not even, all they did was say be nice. Fuck. Love one another. And who's this guy Judas? Is he your chief negotiator? 30 pieces of silver? Was that the best we could do? Oh. So that's how it goes with my daughter, and I'm putting her down. And then she'll say something like, "Well, what about gay people?" "I'm sorry, kiddo. We have to go to bed now. Good night." Thank you very much.